I'm sharing my screen now. If you can hear me and also can see my screen, maybe you can reply 1 or 2, sorry, 2 in the chat room. Thank you. Okay, that's great. Thank you. So we can start, right? Okay, let's start our class now. You cannot see my face. Oh, sorry, I forgot to open my video. Okay, how about now? Can you see me? Can you see me now? I have opened my video. If you can see my face, then maybe you can reply. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's begin our class now. So as the host mentioned just now, today our topic is about the winner formula is in share market, in stock market, right? We have 1.5 hours for this class. Oh, wait a moment, my computer hung. One moment, please. I cannot see myself. Okay, yeah, I'm here. Oh, sorry, I think I need to restart my slide. Yeah. Use microphone. Okay. Okay. How many people have the same feeling about my voice? Is it okay? If it is clear, then maybe you can reply 3. If not clear, maybe 4. Okay. Oh yeah.
Also, no problem, Lisa.
I saw most of people reply 3, right? So that means okay, right? So maybe you need to check your own device. Okay, let's start. Okay, so the topic we mentioned just now, which is the winner formula in share market, right? So before the class, I'd like to mention to you the disclaimer because later we'll mention a lot of shares in the class, right? So all the shares I mentioned is not for recommendation and it's only for educational purpose. So the investors need to take responsibility of your own investment, right? And we have 3 parts for today's lesson, which is the market analysis from US to Malaysia, and the second part is the operation tips for current markets. Okay, these tips is not the shares, it's not the tips. It's some key points for your operation and the current market situation. Okay, and the last part I think, which is the most important, which can make you as the make profits in the stock market continuously, yeah. Okay, so several pictures. Let's take a view for the global index. Okay, which the first one, which is the Dow Jones. I think my slide got some problem. I need to check Why cannot get the full screen? I don't know why. How can make it as a full screen? I don't know. Yeah, I tried function plus F5, but cannot. Since my computer is a little bit different with normal ones, you know, it's a MacBook, so I don't know how to make it as the full screen. I cannot find the button. Normally it is over here, but now I cannot find it. Or maybe we can just remain as this. I didn't find it. Oh, cannot. Okay, then let's just keep it as this. Okay. So I think you can see clear, right? Okay, so the first part we can see, which is the first picture here. It is a weekly, daily chart for Dow Jones average, Dow Jones industry average. Okay, so I have put two special functions of a homing software, which is a homing rainbow and chips distribution. So from those two indicators, we can see for current Dow Jones index, it is we can see for short term, actually it is keeping sideways, right? Since we can find all the lines of a homing rainbow just concentrated together or gathering together. So which means all the cost it is over here. So which means the price will be keeping sideways between those lines. And the second one, you can confirm by the chips. We can see the longest blue bar and also the second longest bar. It is also around here. So which means the price will be get resistance or support over the longest bar and even the second longest bar. So which means high possibility we can see the price will keep in sideways between this area. And also it is between the homing rainbow lines area and right. I still need to adjust, right? Oh, because the first one didn't close yet. Okay, give me 1 more minute. I try to adjust my slide. I don't know why. Normally it is okay, but today it seems got some problem. Yeah, now it is okay. Back to normal, right? Okay, so let's continue. So just now we talk about the Dow Jones, right? So we can see until this is not the latest because I didn't download data this morning. It is until Thursday, right? Thursday evening. So we can see anyway, we can see just now I have mentioned you can find all the homely rainbow lines just gathering together, which means the short-term, medium-term, or long-term average cost was over here, right? So high possibility with, we know the price will keep in sideways between those lines. And the second one, you can double confirm by the chips distribution. So we can see the longest blue bar and the second longest bar, it is over here. So which means the price, if you want to go up, then which is the resistance of the, I mean the longest blue bar. But let's see if it retreats back, then the second longest one will be the support. So which means high possibility the price maybe will, in short term, I mean, we are keeping sideways between this area. Okay, yeah, until it successfully breaks through the white line of a homely rainbow. Since we know the white lines of homely rainbow stands for the longest, and the strongest support and the resistance. We can see previously the breakout, but finally reaches back, right? So now it is still between, I mean, still around the white lines area. So the price need to break out the second time, then maybe can succeed. But now it is still below the white lines and around the longest blue bar of chips. So we know here stands for the biggest volume or top volume. So high possibility winning in short term, the price will keep in sideways around here. Actually, we know not only for Dow Jones, for US market, but also for some other markets. Let's see Hong Kong and even KLC. I know recently, especially the latest 2 weeks, is a kind of sideways, right, or slightly down. Okay, so this is for Dow Jones. And actually, under current market situation, dark screen only. No screen.
有点点 hand 住了 Lisa。
Oh, okay. Wait a moment. I will adjust. I will share one more time for you. Okay, how about now? Everybody can see my screen?
可以了。
All right. So this is for Dow Jones, right? Well, I have analyzed for you. Need to repeat. Okay, I think it is quite clear if you just follow with the indicator rainbow and chips. We can see, I mean, for short term, high possibility the price may be just keeping sideways around the white lines area and around the longest blue bar area, right? Yeah. So this is the so-called there's a word we know which is renaissance, right? Yeah, it's a kind of a renaissance by homely rainbow and chips. Yeah, so which means for short term the price will be sideways around here. Okay, this is for Dow Jones, and let's move to next one. Next one, which is the HSI Hong Kong Index, right? Yeah, for HSI, we know it is a little bit weaker compared with other markets, right? We know since even this time rebound, but it didn't reach the white lines area, still below the blue lines. Yeah, still below the blue lines. And also we can see the longest blue bar, it is over here around the yellow lines area. So which means if later the price retreats back, here will be the support. But let's say if want to go up, then we have the white lines resistance. That's the strongest resistance we can see. Because, okay, just now somebody mentioned about the gap, right? Yeah. You know, why for HSI, the previous 2 times rebound, the high points just around the blue lines area. We know the blue lines actually is the resistance, but second one is due to the gap, the previous gap, right? Yeah, the gap down over here. So we can see there the same area. And also we can see the white lines resistance is the same area with another gap, this gap. So which means they still got very strong resistance around the blue lines and even the white lines. So also for HSI will continue keeping sideways, right? Maybe just a 1 week or 2, at most maybe 2 weeks rebound, this kind of a situation. So high possibility also keeping sideways. and a long term still in downtrend because still below the white lines, which means still in bearish market. Am I right? Okay, next one, which is KLCI. Okay, since I think most of the people are still focused on Malaysia market, right? Or only focus on Malaysia market. Okay, this is the weekly chart for KLCI. I have connected the high points and also the low points together. Then we can then recently for KLCI, right? The latest 4 weeks, the big young candle 4 weeks ago, it is just reach the area, but finally it is retraced back. I mean, from the beginning of June until now, those 3 weeks, the price is trying to, it's not trying to, the price already retraced back or drop back. Now it is still in the inside the small area. Actually, we know before the price breakout, this line will be the resistance. And here another resistance, so it didn't break out the resistance and retrace back. But since the first line already been break out, so it will become the support. It will become the support. And if you know how to read the candles, we can see the latest 3 red candles is become, we can see smaller, right? Especially this week. Sorry, I draw too many lines. I think you cannot see clearly, right? So I think I need to give you the original chart for you to see the weekly chart for KLCI. Where is it? No, over here, yeah. Okay, so what I want to tell you is, if you pay attention to the candles, we can then this week, the weekly chart. This week, the in candle is become smaller compared with last week, right? So we need to verify whether see this, I mean, next week, if can get support, then maybe we'll have a slightly rebound, right? But need to be supported over here from the weekly chart. But let's say once it break down this lower support line, then which means it will go to the strongest support area, which means around, I remember it is around 1380 something, right? Later you can check from the daily chart, I will show you. And if by daily chart, we can see it already break down the uptrend channel, right? Yeah, so we need to find another support since the uptrend channel already been break down. So the other supports here, I can show you by this daily charts based on the original volume and the chips. We know chips actually is also kind of, it's also the volume, but actually it's only based on the closing price. But this candle, why find this candle for you is because this day it is a top volume, right? Top volume. So the corresponding candle over here, we see for short term, it will have the buying support for the price, because we can see that day it is a young candle. It is a young candle. We can see a lot of people buy in, right? A big volume on that day. And I think it is on this day, it created the historic new high for the volume in Malaysia history, right? Yeah. So when later price retrace back, if can get some support, we see this area will have support to the price later. Yeah. So we can see until yesterday, it is very close to this support area already. But let's see if this candle cannot be support, then next the strongest support is over here. I have mentioned to you just now, it is based on the chips, the longest blue bar based on the chips distribution, which is around 130.85. 1385 something, right? 1385, and also it is 50% area due to the previous rebound. I mean, from 20 March until 10 June, right? Yeah, or 9 June, the highest price, or 11 June, the yellow candle over here. So the past 3 months rebound, it is a medium-term uptrend, we can see, right? Or medium-term rebound. And based on the previous uptrend, we can use, let's say, the golden section to predict the support. Then we know the middle line actually is over here, which means 50% will be the strongest support. Now also, it is the longest blue bar area over here, right? So this area actually will become the strongest support for the future KLCI if later price continues drop down or drop back. Yeah. So the first support for short-term support, you can based on the longest, the top volume candle over here, and the medium-term support, maybe you can refer to the chips over here. Okay, this is for KLCI. Then we know yesterday there's the news, right? We can see some good news actually. Let me show you. Yeah, it's over here. Yesterday, there is a good news given by Bursa Malaysia. We know the Securities Commission Malaysia and Bursa Malaysia Berhad have decided to further extend the temporary suspension of short selling to 31st December 2020. So which means the short selling will be extended to the end of this year, right? So this news actually is also, we can consider is how to say, good news, right, for share markets. Since cannot do the short selling, so which means people can only push up the stock price. But this short selling, this news actually is not as good as the good news during the MCO period, since we know after 9 June, or from the beginning of this month, most of the people already back to work, right? And also for the small business owners, they already take out their money and back to the business. So which means maybe this news will only have a small, very, very small influence to the share market. So just now I have mentioned, based on the weekly charts, we can see the candle is become smaller. So which means the downtrend momentum is become weaker. So let's see if by this good news next week, see whether the market can rebound or not. Remember, I used the word which is rebound, so which means maybe it's only a small rebound on next week. If next week the market didn't rebound, then which means it is still very, very weak, right? And I think for most of the particular shares, if already appear the selling points, then the most important for you is need to take profit, or you need to cut loss for your own shares, right? And the following part, I will talk about the details operation strategy for the individual shares. Yeah. So for me, I think the whole trend, it is still very, very weak, or already back to the downtrend again. So even in a rebound by the good news, it's only maybe can continue 1 week rebound. So if next week rebound, then I think it's the best opportunity for you to sell your shares instead of buy. For the people, if you already hold a lot of shares in hand, but let's see if you didn't have any shares, then maybe you can find some strong counters to join and to trade the short-term trading to make some small profits. Yeah. Okay, that's the analysis for KLCI. Then come again, my slides cannot move again. Okay, so everybody, until now, can you follow me about the explanation for the index from US to Malaysia? If can follow me, then maybe you can reply 3 for me. Thank you. Okay, that's great. Then I need to restart my slides again. I don't know why this morning it is so many problems. Maybe I need to change a new computer. Yeah. What's wrong? If restart my computer, which means I need to log out, right? Then log in the Zoom meeting again. Yeah, now okay. Okay, so we have finished the analysis for index. The next part, which is the sector, right? Yeah, sector analysis. According to Home investment philosophy, you know, index first, then next step, which is the sector, then individual shares, right? But for the sector, since the whole market was already, I mean, for composite index, it's already in the short-term downtrend or reaches back to the downtrend, again. So actually, for most of the sectors and even the strongest sector in the previous 3 months, we see the healthcare also already began to drop, right? But there's only one sector we can consider it is, we can only say it is anti-dropping, okay, which means it didn't drop very quickly, or it didn't drop, but it also didn't go up too much. Maybe just a kind of slightly up, right? So which is the you can see over here, which is the technology sector, right, over here. Yeah. But now for technology sector, we can also find the strongest resistance, which is over based on the previous yellow Taiji candle over here, right? I have drawn the yellow rectangle box for you, which is the resistance. So recently, especially those 2 weeks, for the technology, it already has met the strong resistance area, and now until now it is still inside this area. So it tried to break through 3 days ago, but finally reaches back again. So now it is still inside the strong resistance area. But anyway, we can see it didn't follow with a composite index, which means when composite index was in downtrend, but this sector was still kind of a slightly up, right? So we can see it is the so-called strong sector. Yeah, strong sector. I can only find this one, and under current market situation for Malaysia markets, only one, which is the technology. Then let's see if later breakouts. So which means high possibility it will break a new high, right? Hit a new high for technology sector. So you can imagine the individual shares under this sector. You know why it is very strong for this sector? We can see another one, which is another composite index, very important for the whole world, which is, okay, I think you know, right? Which is a Nasdaq composite index. We can see for Nasdaq composite index, it already hit a new high in the beginning of this month, right? We can see this candle over here. It is 5th June. It already break out new high and retrace back, and later retrace back, drop down, and now it is breakout again, right? Stands above this horizontal line, which is a previous high. So which means only for the Nasdaq composite index, it'll break a new high, right? Break a new high. So that's why, you know, for Malaysia sector, technology sector, it is also very strong. What's wrong with my slide? So maybe, I mean, if you really want to do some trading, maybe you can find some strong shares which is belong to this sector, right? Yeah. So it's a kind of how to say, stock selection strategy. Yeah. Okay. Then I need to tell you something which is based on the statistic based on Home software. From the 20 March until this time, I have shown you this picture in my previous lesson. I think it is on last 2 weeks, right? Yeah. Also on Saturday morning, I have shown you this picture. It is a market performance from 20 March until 11 June, which is based on our indicator blue Taiji signal, right? So you see on 20 March, there is a blue Taiji, which means extremely oversold, stands for big opportunity. And on 11 June, there's a yellow Taiji, which is a big risk or high risk, stands for extremely overbought, right? So after that, we can see until now, the KLCI was still in the downtrend, still keep dropping, right? So in the past 3 months, we know for KLCI, it rebounded almost 30%, So we know last time I've shown you for the individual shares in Malaysian market, there are 70% chance for our retailers to running over the markets, which means there are 70% individual shares up more than 30% in the past 3 months. I mean, in the previous market rebound. So we see that's why a lot of retailers and especially the freshmen get into the markets, right? And a lot of new account opening during the MCO period, right? Because there are a lot of good news to push up the stock price, to push up the markets. But now it is totally different. We know people already back to normal, back to work, and as I mentioned just now, even the good news for short selling extended to the end of this year, but it's only a kind of short-term, how to say, even will get influence to the whole market, but it's, maybe a kind of a short-term rebound only. So it's different. Then we see based on the yellow Taiji signal appeared on 11 June until now, until yesterday, we can see it is 12 trading days. So for the KLCA, it dropped more than 5%, right? Yeah, dropped more than 5%. Then we see for the particular shares, from 11 to 26 June, in the total shares 930, we have 636 shares dropped, right? So which means you have 80%, sorry, almost 70%, which is 68 chance of losing money from 11 to 26 June, right? Yeah, because we have so many shares dropped in the past 2 weeks, So which means it is very important for the retailers to follow with the market trend, right? So for this one, I just want to tell you, I make a short conclusion for you by this comparison. So conclusion from the comparison, the two pictures I have shown you, right, just now. We know stock investment is a kind of a probability game, am I right? Yeah, there's no 100% in this market. So it's only a kind of a probability game. What we want to do is to improve our probability, right? No matter you buy the software or you learn the technical skills, or you learn from the so-called fundamental analysis, all we do in the market is want to improve our probability games, our probability, winning probability actually. So this is the first conclusion. And the second one, the market is a win-win venue of investment. So which means no matter when, well, whenever you need to follow with the market trend, that is the most important. So just now I have shown you when the market was in rebound period, most of the shares can go up. We have high possibility to make profits, but let's say once market reverse down, then high possibility we will lose money. Am I right? Yeah. So market trend is a very important. It's the most important we can see actually. So then for our retailers, we know we cannot make profits from the so-called bankers. We can only make profits from some other retailers, right? So if we want to make profits, then the first one, you must choose the right market, which means you can only join in when the market was in uptrend. And the second one, you need to choose the so-called strong shares, the red shares, right? So we must be a rational investor. You must be very, very rational instead of how to say, emotional, right? Yeah, you need to give up or put away or the so-called greedy or the fear or this kind of feeling. You must be very, very rational. So how to be a rational investor? How to become a rational investor, which means you must follow with the markets. You must have your own trading strategy, no matter when, right? And you must analyze the market first and decide your own trading strategy. You must be very disciplined. Follow with the indicators, or just stick to the plan, your trading plans, or stick to the indicators and follow with the indicators. This kind of things we can say it is a kind of yeah, it can help you to become a rational investor. Am I right? So here I'd like to give you some tips for the current market situation operation strategy, which is a key points for current market situation. Okay. The first one, we need to follow the investment principle of cash as a king. Follow the investment principle of cash as a king, which means, okay, cash as a king, which means it's not mean you need to hold your cash and didn't join the market and didn't do any investment and didn't do any trading, stock trading. It's not the meaning. I mean, the cash is a king investment principle, which means under current market situation, we know the whole market now is, since the whole market was still in the downtrend, still in bearish market, and even now market go up is only a kind of a short-term rebound or medium-term rebound. So under the big environment, we need to decide our own trading strategy, which means we can only trade for short-term, fasting and out, right? Yeah, fasting and out. And once we have profit, we need to take profit. Yeah, we need to lock our profit or protect our profits. Otherwise, once the market reverses, then you will lose and even you will get stuck, right? Yeah. So that is a real meaning of investment principle of cash as a king. It's not means it didn't mean you need to hold cash, keep cash or hold cash and didn't do any trading or didn't do any investment. No, I didn't mean that. I mean, if you have profits, then you must protect your profit. You need to take profit, take profit first. That is the most important. So under current market situation, if we still want to trade some shares, you know, the probability is not so high, right? Only maybe 30 plus profit for us to make profits in the last 2 weeks, okay? So if you want to make profits, which means you need to find those right shares, the right shares, right? So which means the strong shares, the strong stocks, and to do the short-term trading only, which means you have profit, you need to sell already, you need to take profit. Okay, but somebody may wonder, how come if I didn't have profit, once I bought, then the price dropped? So which means you need to cut loss, right? It means you are wrong, right? Yeah. So which means you need to cut loss and prepare, maybe need to prepare for next chance, right? Okay. So taking profit is if you already got profit. Yeah, I have mentioned. And a cut loss if you were wrong, okay? And strictly stick to your discipline. Or we can see for members, it is very clear actually, since you have the software already, so which means you need to follow with the indicators, right? Yeah, let's say if you're based on daily chart to buy at first the right column of trade export, then which means once the green column come out, appears, you must sell, no matter you make profit or not. Even you lose, you still need to cut loss, right? Otherwise, we can guess you will lose more. So that's the tips for you for current market situation. If you still want to operate, okay, still want to operate for the shares. But let's see, just like I have mentioned, if you already have a lot of shares hold in hand, then I think most important actually for you next week. If next week rebound, I think you need to find opportunities to sell, right? But let's see, if you didn't have any shares, you can find some strong shares to take part in, to join in for the short-term trading, no matter based on daily chart or based on the mini chart, right? If you only have the end of day PC version software, which means you can follow with the daily chart. But let's say if you already have the PC kit or the mobile version, the real-time software, then which means you can do 2 to 3 days short-term trading based on the 60-minute chart or even 30-minute charts, right? I have told you the details operation or the stock selection, the buy and sell points based on in my previous class, but today I will talk about it again, right? For some new members and for the people who are the first time attend our homely class, right? So you must be very clear for current market situation, and also you need to make decision for your own trading strategy based on your own character. Currently, we know the whole market was quite weak, so which means I think the short-term trading is the best trading strategy if you still want to trade. Okay. Because the market change very fast, one day up, then maybe next day it will drop back again or down again, right? Yeah. So the most important actually for current market is stock selection. We need to find the right shares, the strong shares to trade. Only like this we can make profit. Otherwise, I have shown you the statistic just now, 70% lose money, right? 70% lose money in the last 2 weeks. So let's say if market continue drop, it will be the same or even higher possibility to lose money, right? Yeah. So which means if you still want to trade, then you must find the right shares. Okay. So next question, how can we find the strong shares, or what is the so-called strong shares, right? You know, in the past 3 months or during the NCO period, why the shares can go up continuously, or why the KOCI can rebound so much? We said it is almost a 30% rebound, right? There must be a lot of fans flow in, no matter the retailers or the so-called foreign fans or the local retailers or local bankers, right? A lot of fans flow in, and another reason which is the policy, policy to support the price to go up, and the so-called the good news to support the price to go up. But now I have mentioned current situation is different with the previous time, the previous rebound. So it is different. So which means it will become difficult or more difficult for retailers to make profits in the following markets or in the next half year for retailers, right? Only if you can find the right shares, we can make profit. Otherwise, I think maybe it's very difficult for you. Okay, so well, only the fans flow in can push up the stock price, right? Yeah. So here you can see many coins to support the price going. Coin stands for fans flow in, right? Yeah. So in homely software, especially for the first time incoming members, non-members, I'd like to show you one of the special indicator of a homely software, which is MCD, right? Yeah. No. It can help us to follow with the bankers, right? To see which shares got the bankers flow in, and which shares already controlled by the bankers. Okay, so that will be the most important actually. No matter you want to trade for short term, even medium term, if you want to keep the shares, you still need to follow with the bankers, right? Yeah. So which means as long as bankers are still inside the share, then which means you can still hold it. Then we have the standard, right? Yeah. We can just focus with the red column, stands for the institutional investor or the bankers. And the standard over here, which is 50%. For me, I think 50% will be okay already. So as long as the red column more than 50%, and there's no green, which means there's no stacked retailers, which means it didn't mean there's no retailer. If you have the share which is controlled by bankers already, if you already make profit, you are not the green bars, you will be the yellow one. So no green bars, which means there's no locked retailers. Okay. So we can find this kind of shares, which means when the first day when the first day, okay, I can draw for you. Change your color over here. When the first day, the red column more than 50% or penny sheet 50%, we can say over here 50%, right? Which means, and another condition which is there's no green bars, okay? Better no green bars over here in the upper side, okay? Which means the bankers already control the price, okay? Already control the price, and there's no local retailers. So we can find this kind of shares, no matter you want to trade for short term or you want to hold for medium term, I think it is okay for you. But currently, I still suggest you just to do short-term trading will be okay, which means as long as you have profit and they already appear the short-term sale points already, then which means you can lock your profit, you can take profit first. So I can show you some shares in the past 2 weeks, which has the best performance. Okay, the first one we can see, which is the end zone, right? For this counter, I knew it has some good news, right? But I didn't know the good news. I just based on the chart to trade, because we can see from this day, which is 14 May, yeah, 14 May, we can see the red bar already more than 50%. The white line over here, which stands for 50%. Okay, and also on that day, the green bars already disappeared totally. Am I right? Yeah, so which means only the red bar. Then it's a sign for you. This is the so-called strong shares. Then you can focus on this share. No matter you want to just buy in or waiting for a good opportunity or the best entry time to buy, I think both okay, right? Yeah, but this one is for stock selection only. Stock selection only, which means from 14 May we can find this share, and until now you can find all the way the red bar was above 50%, which means bankers are still inside, right? And let's say from 14 May until yesterday, 28 trading days, only 28 trading days, we have 775% profit for these counters, which means almost 8 times. Am I right? Yeah, almost 8 times for this counter if you can sell, if you can buy around here and hold until now. That's the best one. I think this counter is the best one in the past 2 weeks and even in the past 1 month, right? You can see the chart. But I didn't know the good news. When did the good news come out? I didn't know that. But I think the buy point based on Homely software or the entry points, the timing, we can find these shares will be earlier before the good news come out. Yeah, since the fast is the fast, right? It already flow in or control the stock price long time ago or from 14 May. Okay, then we see another one, which is 7017, this one. So also you can see from the beginning of June, we see the market began to reverse down, right? Yeah, but for this particular share, we can see from 5th June, the red bar of MCD already more than 50%, and there is no green bars, right? Green disappeared totally. Okay, so this day, you can find it. You can find this share based on the filtering of MCD. You can use the condition, which is the red column, upward penetrate 50%, and the green column, less than 1%, which means there's no green bars, or less than 0.1%. You can set a criteria by yourself, or later I will show you how to set it. Okay, so for this share, we can see 15 trading days, right? Yeah, we have 15 trading days, and in the past 15 trading days, we have almost 80% profit, 78, right? Yeah. Okay, another one, this one. Also, it is a first day over here, or you can find from here. Also, this one is okay. This bar is also okay. It's even earlier, right? Yeah, but this bar I didn't choose it. It is because here, it still have green bars. This one also okay. Yeah, but the latest wave we can choose from here, which is the first day of June until now. 19 trading days, we have 100 60% profit for this share, right? Yeah. And for this one, 7180, from 10th June until now, only 13 trading days, we have 40% profit. Okay, based on the MCD filtering, you can find the first day MCD right above more than 50%, right? More than 50%. You can find this kind of shares and no green bars at the same time. Okay, we can set a condition by ourselves. And this one, we can see the latest wave from 19 June until 26 June, 6 trading days only, or almost 20%. So this is for short-term trading, right? Yeah. It is only 6 trading days. It is still below the short-term trading. If you want to take profit already, then you can sell already, since you almost have 20% profit, right? Based on the trading. Okay, so the shares I show you just now is the latest one. And also we have the past performance, the history. You can verify by the history, right? Yeah, you can see this one, LKL, but it's not the latest one. It's the history, which means the rebound period, okay? I have shown you this X numbers, so I think in my previous class already. You can see for this counter, it is from 30 March until the first day of June, 3 times, right? Yeah. Also based on this condition, which is the first day right about more than 50%, and a no green column over here. And this one, yeah, Supermax, right? We have many shares you can verify by the software. So here I will show you how can we do the stock selection based on MCD to find the so-called strong shares. Okay, this I think not this one. I will show you by the software how to set it. Okay, so under the logical filter, you can go to find MCD over here, and you can filter with P chips, upward penetrate 50%, and L chips less than 0.1, which means almost no green bars, right? No knocked retailers over here. Okay, so here you can see this is a stock selection based on MCD. We can find the first day when the red bar more than 50%, P chips upward penetrate 50%, and L chips less than 0% or 0.1%, no green bars. So you can find the shares I show you just now, right? Which is a starting point. Most of the time, which is a starting point. Okay, from here. The first day, the MCD right about more than 50%. And no green columns, no locked retailers over here. Okay, so everybody clear about the filtering? If clear, then maybe you can reply me with 6. Thank you. Uh-oh. Hello guys, are you with me now? I cannot see my screen now because it's black screen. Oh, I think my computer got problem. No, I need to restart. 喂，哎，我电脑黑屏了，我得重启一下，你跟他说一下吧。OK，
Hello, dear members and the investors. We take a 2 minutes break because our teacher Lisa just reset his device. So actually, you can maybe leave the shares you want to diagnose this later in the chat room. Later, our teacher will diagnose for you. Okay. Or if you have any questions, you can also leave in the chat room. I can also answer your questions now. Okay, we have members to leave the shares 0181. Also have another member have the 0001 and the connect. Okay. Later our teacher will diagnose for you. And we take 2 minutes to break out.
I'm sleeping, you on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you. Don't say thank you or please. I do what I want when I'm wanting to. My soul, so cynical. So you're a tough guy, like you're really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always a puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend that type. I said this the bad type. I'm the bad guy. Control, even if you know that you don't want me. I'll let you play the role. I'll be your animal. My mommy likes to sing along with me, but she won't sing the song if she reads all the lyrics. She'll pity the man I know. So you're a tough guy, like you're really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always a puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type. I seduce your bad type. I'm the bad guy. I'm at a party I don't wanna be at, and I don't ever wear a suit and tie yet. Wondering if I could sneak out the back. Nobody's even looking me in my eyes. Then you take my hand, finish my drink, say shall we dance? You know I love you, did I ever tell you? You make it better like that. Don't think I fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. Yeah, I always feel like I'm nobody. Who wants to fit in anyway? Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear, and you're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. Cause I don't care, long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere, and you're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. We at a party we don't wanna be at. Trying to talk but we can't hear ourselves. Red your lips, I'd rather kiss them right back. With all these people all around, I'm crippled with anxiety, but I'm told it's where I'm supposed to be. You know what? It's kinda crazy cause I really don't mind, and you make it better like that. Don't think we fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. Oh yeah, yeah. When we walked in I said I'm sorry, but now I think that we should stay. Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear, and you're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. Cause I don't care, long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere, and you're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah.
Hello. So sorry. I'm back. Hi, can you hear me? And I can see my screen. You can reply me with 7. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, all right. So let's continue. If we later have enough time, then I can check the shares for you. Now let's continue our class. So just now we have talked about the filtering by MCD, right? To find the so-called strong shares. We find the first day right column more than 50%. It's not this one, sorry. The first day right column more than 50%, and there is no green locked retailers. Am I right? So I think you have know how to set the criteria, right? It's quite easy actually. I will do it for one more time. Okay, MCDP chips, choose upward penetration and put 50 under the value box and click add. And the second one, you need to choose L chips, less than, okay, 0.1 or 0 also okay. Okay, so just those two, then you can filter. Okay. Number 19743 asked me the question, what's the difference between greater and equal vs upward penetrate? Upward penetrate, actually, we can find the first day when MCD more than 50%. But let's say if you just use greater and equal than 50%, then you can find the shares as long as the bankers now it is above 50%, you will find it, which means even 3 days ago, 5 days ago, or even one month ago, the MCD more than 50%, this kind of shares, you also can find it. Okay, that's a difference. We want to find the first day, right? Since we can say that that is the starting point for the bankers began to push up the stock price. Okay, that's a difference. Okay, but let's say if you want to find more shares satisfy the condition, then also greater than or equal than 50% is another choice for you, because more than 50%, the first day upward penetrate 50%. Every day you can use, but I think every day maybe not so many shares come out, right? Since it is a first day. Okay. Then let's go on. After the filtering, we know there are 3 steps for stock trading, right? Yeah, the first step actually we see it is a market analysis. So by analyzing the markets, we need to decide our own operation strategy according to different market trend, right? So just like I have mentioned to you, according to current market situation, we can only trade for short term, and we can only trade for short term to find the strong shares to trade short term actually. And for the people already hold a lot of shares, I even didn't suggest you to buy the new share. I mean, if next week they got rebound, maybe you can take the chance to sell your shares. But let's see if next week rebound. If you don't have any shares, then maybe you can find some strong shares to trade. Okay. And the second step, which is the stock selection, right? Just now I have mentioned to you how can we do the stock selection to find the so-called strong shares. And the last part can realize our profits, because only you buy in and sell, then we can realize our profits, right? So which is the timing selection, which is the entry and exits or buy and sell points. So the buy and sell points, we need to refer to another indicator, because MCD is only for stock selection, it's not for buy and sell. Okay, yeah. And for buy and sell points or entry and exit points, we need to follow with this one, trend exports. You must be very clear already. So I will just show you how can we do that after the filtering. So even for new members, I just give you a quick explanation. So we see recently just follow with the column review. Okay, we don't need to see the main line. I mean, you see the main line purpose is to judge whether it is in uptrend or downtrend. But let's see if the bankers already more than 50%. I think most of the shares already in the uptrend already. So that's why I say we don't need to see the main line. We just focus on the right column will be okay. So which is the rest of the first right column will be the entry point for you based on short-term trading. You can buy around here when the green change to red, and you can hold as long as the candle keep in red, right? And you need to take profit as once it change to green. And you must be very cautious when the red bars become smaller, which means the uptrend momentum becomes smaller. So you need to pay attention. Then once it change to green, which means you must sell for short term. You need to protect your profits. Okay, so this is a trend export application. Buy at the first right and keep it. Downtrend shares we don't need to see. We cannot keep the downtrend shares, but let's say if you still hold some downtrend shares in your hand, then maybe you need to find the rebound opportunity to sell out, right? Otherwise, maybe you will lose more and more. So every time when the rebound finish, which is over here, right? When the right column reach, get very close to the main line and cannot break out, and sometimes even you can see it is very clear. The right column becomes smaller, which means the downtrend moment. The short-term uptrend momentum become weaker. So once it change to green, we must sell, right? Must sell. Otherwise, we will lose more. Okay, so we have mentioned the shares just now. You You can combine China Expo and MCD together to see. Okay, we can see the first one I mentioned to you just now, the best performance in the past 1 month, which is Andrew Holding, right? So you can see this counter, the latest buy point according to China Expo, which is appear on 16 June. Yeah, you can see over here, the first right column, green to right, is our entry points. And until now, we can still hold it, right? Until yesterday. So we have for almost 3 times profits, 288% profit. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 trading days. Yeah, from 16 until now. So just now I have mentioned to you this counter, if we use MCD to filter, we can find it from 14 May, right? Yeah, since it is the first day when MCD right about more than 50%. Or even you use MCD more than 50%, you can find it from this day. And every day you can find it, right? Because all the way the red bar just stands above 50%. So which means after that, you can just find the entry point based on China Expo. Then we can see the latest buy point based on China Expo, it is appeared on 16 June. Yeah, until now we can hold almost 3 times. And another one, this one I also mentioned to you just now. If you use MCD, you can see here it is the first day when MCD more than 50%, but China Expo buy point is even 3 days earlier, right? Compared with the MCD. So even you didn't buy at the first right column, and if you find this share from here, the right column more than 50%, even on daily chart, there is no buy point for you. But actually, if you have the PC kit, or if you have the mobile version, have the real-time software, you can switch the chart into 6-minute chart to find a short-term entry point for you. Yeah, to trade a short-term wave based on 6-minute chart. I think you still can have a lot of profits. Yeah. Then all those shares I've shared to you last in my last class, right? So based on China Expo to do the short-term trading wave, yeah, and as long as MCD is above 50%, every time when the column change from green to right is your entry point, and you can hold it once it change to green. You can hold it as long as the column change keep as right, and sell when the first green column come out. So this is a short-term trading based on daily chart. And also you can combine together, use China Expo to filter the first buy point based on daily chart, which is the green to right, right? The column green to right, which is a short-term entry point based on daily chart. Last time I've told you, this kind of a short-term trading normally will be within 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, right? Yeah, 1 to 2 weeks. So it is China Expo, MCD together. China Expo column green to right and MCD more than 50%. 2 conditions together, combined together to filter the strong shares and the entry timing for you. But let's say if you want to trade for short term, just now I mentioned for 7017, if the timing when we find this share, it already missed the buy point based on daily chart, then which means we need to switch to mini chart, right? Switch to mini chart. Let's say use it on 6 minutes or 30 minutes to trade a short-term wave. Normally it will be within 2 or 3 trading days like this. So we can see this one. This is Andrew. Yeah. You can see this wave, yeah, over here. The first right column of China Expo and the first green column you can sell. So you can buy on 18 and sell on 23rd. 19 candles only. 19 candles on 60-minute charts, which means within 4 trading days. Am I right? Because one day have 6 candles. One day have 6 candles. So it is within 4 days. Within 4 trading days, then we have 30 plus profit. 73. Sorry, it's not 30. 73% profit, right? For this wave. And the latest wave I can show you. It is over here. Yeah, the latest way, which means okay, the red column over here, and now you can still hold, right? But you must pay close attention because we can see the last red column based on 6-minute chart, which means last hour of yesterday, 5 o'clock. This candle is become very small already, so maybe short-term momentum is become weaker. So for short term, if you can take profit, then which means before yesterday closing, you can sell already. And we can see buy bought on 24th June, and if you sell already on yesterday, 11 candles, which means within 2 trading days, right? Within 2 trading days, 30 plus profits for short-term trading. Okay, so it is for Android this counter. So you know the only problem for you is you need to find the right shares. That is the most important. That is a key point for current market situation, and also I think it is a key point even for next half year. If you want to make profit, if you still want to make profit in next half year in stock market, you need to find the right shares, because we have mentioned for the whole market, we know we can only see that we didn't drop very sharply or quickly drop, but we cannot guarantee the price will go up very quickly or rebound, will have another medium term rebound, just as March to June. This kind of opportunity we cannot see will have the second time. But as long as the market didn't drop sharply, or even if it keep sideways, we still have opportunity or still have chance to make profits. So the most important, actually, we need to pay attention to the strong shares, to find the strong shares to trade. That's the only point. Yeah, that's a key point for you. So for the stock selection will be the first step. Yeah, because the market analysis we have done, right? We have decided our trading strategy, which is short-term trading only, and cash is a king, which means once we have profit, we need to take profit. Yeah, then the next step, which is a stock selection, you must find those strong shares, right? So okay, this is one method, and another one, I mean for the filtering, this is the first one. And the second one, you can just use MCD more than 50% to filter. That is also okay. Since if you want to trade for short-term trading based on the PCK, 2 to 3 days on 60-minute chart, which means you don't need to use trend export the first right column based on daily chart, right? So which means you can just use MCD more than 50% to filter the strong shares. That will be okay already. Okay, but the indicators application principle will be the same, no matter it is on daily chart or on 60-minute chart. So which means only the shares MCD more than 50% and above the main line of trend export and appear the first red column of trend export, then is your buy points. Otherwise, you need to wait, right? Okay. So we have several minutes, then can check your shares for you. I can check maybe 3 or 5. I think that's enough. Entry points I mentioned just now for Danny, you can use trend export to choose green to right, which is the entry point based on daily chart. Let's say if you pray for 1 to 2 weeks, this kind of a short-term trading. Okay. Under the 8 export, we have trend export column green to right, this one. You can tick this one and combine with MCD more than 50% to filter. It is for the normal short-term trading. Even you don't need to see the mini chart, that is okay. Okay, so 5 shares for you. The first counter 00001. Okay, you can see for this counter, it already appeared the short-term selling points, right? Based on last Friday. Sorry, it's last Friday, it's yesterday. This Friday, right? Changed to green column already. Yes, they drop a lot. But anyway, you still need to sell, even you lose, right? Okay, another one. 0105. Asia Poly, okay, based on this based on the chart, which means that we can still hold it. And the latest buy point appeared on 15 June, right? Until now, we can still hold since there's no sell point for us, right? So which means you can buy around here and hold until now based on the daily chart. You see, we have almost a 30% profit already for this counter within 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, because it is 10 trading days. Okay, another one. 0001 I have explained to you already just now, right? Because yesterday appeared a selling point. So which means better you're waiting for next Monday. If there is a rebound, you can use the mini chart to sell at the rebound high points, right? Yesterday is a kind of a sharply drop. Okay, next one is 9601. 9601. Okay, for this one, I think selling points already appeared, right? 3 days ago. And this sell point is very important because you see, based on the trend theory, we see the previous sell point based on trend expo is right to green over here, right? It is on 5th June. And actually, 3 days ago is another sell point based on trend expo. And combined with the trend theory, we see it's a kind of lower highs, right? If it is lower highs, then we know it has a possibility to reverse to downtrend or keeping sideways, right? Yeah, so I think maybe you can take profit first. I think if you put Taiji and we check for you whether got the Taiji yellow candle or not. Yeah, that's why you see recently the price cannot go up, just keeping sideways over here. Since it is still inside the Taiji candle area, which is a strong resistance. Narrow range, right? Sideways. If you don't want to waste your time, then you can make your decision, right? Okay. Some others. Okay. How can I check the message over here? Okay. Next one is 7285. 7285. Yeah, you see, I think sell points already appeared, right? It is still green. And I cannot break out the Taiji resistance area, right? Yeah. Not a good choice for trading, especially for short term. I mean, the last one is 0102. Okay. I think also appeared the selling point several days ago, right? Almost 1 or 2 weeks. Oh yeah, over here you see on 18/6. Sorry, 18 June. Selling points appear based on trend expo, and also we can see the yellow Taiji appeared even earlier on 15. So it is still keeping correction. And even you see the red bar already less than 50%. And from here, from this day, when the yellow candle appeared, MCD less than 50%, right? So which means banker already sold out. A lot of retailers get stuck inside. For member 12580, if TE changed green, but not yet yellow Taiji, can still hold. Okay, actually our buy and sell is based on trend export, right? If your buy point is based on trend export, which means you need to follow trend export to sell once the green bar appeared. Am I right? Yeah. Run over the filter. Which filter? Remember 11074. Which filter you mean? MCD more than 50% and the trend export appear by point. Do you mean that one? Or MCD just more than 50%? I think it is because you must tick some other conditions together, so that's why you cannot find the shares. Okay, you need to clear all before you set the condition, and you can do it one more time. Yeah, you see, it already appeared a lot of shares. Okay, so that's all I check for you on the shares. Then if you still want to check more, then you can find the customer service teacher or the teacher who invite you to attend our class. So last part, I'd like to make a short summary for you. Okay, the first one, we should always follow with the market trend to do our own trading. Yeah, and we should always operate the strong shares no matter when, right? No matter when market in bullish market or bearish markets. The strong shares is always your choice. Strong shares is always your choice. So which means you always need to refer to MCD, right? And the last one, we should try our best to be a rational investor, which means you must follow with your discipline, follow with the indicator. And you need to put away your greedy, your few, these kind of feelings, right? Okay, last part is the advertisement. Here is the service you can get if you join to be homely members, because today I know it is public class, right? Open for public, so there must have some non-members. So if you want to know more about Hominy and if you want to know the service, you join Hominy, it is over here. You will have the latest version of Hominy software and also lifetime training courses for you. Includes the software application and the TA class and the free installation upgrade for members, one-to-one coaching. Yeah. And the member package over here, we have two different packages for half a year and for lifetime. Yeah. Then you will have both the end of the day PC version. That one is for stock selection. That is the most important. Okay, and also you can enjoy all the classes. And also you have the real-time software to help you to catch the entry and exits. I think for volatile markets and for the weak markets, the real-time software is very, very important for short-term trading, for short-term traders. You must refer to the mini charts. Then you will have the same indicators as I mentioned just now, trend export and MCD. You can use it on daily chart, and also you can use it on 6-minute charts. Either you want to trade for normal short-term trading, or you want to trade for very short-term trading within 2 or 3 trading days to make faster money, right? We can make it. Okay, so I think that's all for my today class. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. No, 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 yeah. They say dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. for me, dance for me, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again, all again.
I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way numb all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled around. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved, and I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your sound till I come back around. For now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled around. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved, but now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled around. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
Cheers to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all